So let's talk integrity and morals, because in my personal opinion, in this day and age, there seems to be an imbalance of people that operate out of integrity and morals. You see, the way I see it, it's very easy to operate out of a low vibration. And why? Because anybody can do that. Anybody can operate out of a low vibration because that's the easy thing to do. And operating with integrity and morals, that's the difficult thing to do, because you find yourself in situations to where if you choose to operate on a low vibration, you'll convince yourself that you're gaining things quicker. And it could be anything. You convince yourself that this is the route you should take. Why? Because you don't really have to do anything. People put a lot of energy into doing the wrong thing when they can take that same energy and operate out of integrity and morals. But the thing about it is, we have free will. So it is our choice. It is literally our choice to choose the low route, which is to operate on a low vibration, or to choose integrity and morals. Now that does take a lot more work, and that's just the fact of the matter. In my opinion of why it takes more work is because it takes self-discipline. You literally have to work on that daily. You have to try to improve that daily. And it's not the easiest thing to do because we have emotions. And sometimes our emotions lead us astray from integrity and morals. Sometimes our emotions push us in a direction to do things that we know we should not be doing. And when we choose the low vibration, which is I'm going to let my emotions guide my actions, and I'm going to forget about integrity and morals, it becomes a disaster. Now, at first, it's an illusion. At first, it feels so easy that it feels like you made the right choice. Because so much work has to go into operating out of integrity and morals that you can feel overwhelmed, you can just feel worn out, you can just feel like you're restraining yourself, from doing things that you really want to do. But then you got to ask yourself something. The things that you want to do, things that you really want to do, do you really want to do those things, or are you operating from emotions? You see, my opinion is anything can trigger you to go against your integrity and your morals. But again, with that free will, you have to choose integrity and morals. You have to choose to not take the easy route. For example, when you're angry, you can either choose to lash out, or you can choose to operate out of integrity and morals and control your emotions and go about things a more proper way. Now, I'm not here to judge anyone, because everyone at one time in their lives or another has operated out of their lower self on a lower vibration. I know I have made decisions that I'm not proud of, actions that I've taken that I'm not proud of, and I've forgiven myself for those things. Why? Because I'm growing like everyone else. I have made some bad decisions like everyone else, but it's all about if you learn from those decisions. You don't stay stuck in that mindset. You don't stay stuck continuously choosing wrong, continuously turning your back on integrity and morals. And that's how we learn, I think, because I feel like when it comes down to decision making, we all have intuition that lets us know if what we're about to do is right or wrong. And we get to choose if we're going to do right or if we're going to do wrong. It's funny because when you see someone operating on a low vibration, especially in this day and age, the first thing people say is, who raised you? That's the first thing that's usually the first question that people ask themselves. Like, let's say you see somebody robbing a bank and you're across the street and you see them running out the bank with the money and the police chasing them. And if you're standing there with someone, you'll say, oh my gosh, they just robbed the bank. Or, who raised them? Or if someone does something, like hold someone hostage, you say, wow, who raised them? But I don't think it's about who raised you. It could be, but in my opinion, we all have free will again. So the things that we do, we choose to do those things. Now, do we know right from wrong? That's why I think the question of who raised you comes into play. Whoever raised you, did they teach you right from wrong? Because if you were literally taught right from wrong, then you have to take accountability and ownership for your own actions. You cannot put it off on someone else. You cannot place the blame on someone else. When you choose to do the wrong thing, you have to be mature enough to accept the fact that you've done the wrong thing and to right that wrong. And then moving forward, be very conscious of the fact of, that was wrong when I did that before, so I'm not going to do that moving forward. Now again, it's very easy to operate out of your lower self because, as we all know, anybody can do that. Not just anybody can operate out of morals and integrity because, as I said, it does take work. It does take a lot of self-discipline, a lot of self-love. It takes a lot more work. And 9 times out of 10, people don't want to do that work. They much rather take the low route and do things that they know is wrong. They know for a fact that what they're doing is wrong. They can feel it, they know it, but sometimes people feel it, know it, and do it, and they are really not fazed by it, or so they say. That's the outer shell that they show. That's the representative that they show the world. But inside, they know what they're doing is wrong. They know what they're doing is wrong. But then you have to ask yourself something, because if they know what they're doing is wrong and they keep choosing to do it, then yes, they need to hold themselves accountable. They really need to hold themselves accountable for their actions. I just wish that anybody out there who struggles with operating out of their morals and integrity, keep working on yourself. Don't let anyone make you feel bad because of any bad mistakes you've made or anything you feel bad for that you've ever done or said, or any bad decision you've ever made, because I don't see one person out here who's never made a bad decision or has never done anything that they regret. Now, I see a lot of people out here who tries to gaslight you with the things that you've done or said or whatever. But again, that's a prime example of someone not operating out of morals and integrity, because instead of trying to gaslight someone else, you would think that individuals would look within and work on the things that they do wrong and the bad choices that they have made. And if people choose to gaslight you, then 9 times out of 10 they've made several bad choices that they refuse to acknowledge and take accountability for. And that's unfortunate. But we all choose what we are comfortable choosing. But I'm hoping that for the majority of people out there, that you choose to operate out of morals and integrity. Because there's actually situations where if you choose to operate out of morals and integrity, people will call you crazy. They will try to paint you out to be a crazy individual. If you try to grow from your mistakes, if you try to be a better version of yourself every day, it's almost like there are people in this world that want to put a chain around your ankle and drag you back into your past decisions, your past actions. To this day, I don't understand that. I don't understand what other people gain from doing that. Because while that's happening, it's impossible for them to focus on their own growth, being a better version of themselves. It's unfortunate because sometimes people literally give up on themselves. Now, they're not going to tell you that, but you can look at their actions and you can tell that they have given up on themselves. They have given up trying to be a better version of themselves. Why? Because again, anybody can operate out of their lower vibration. Anyone. It's so easy to do, and it may look like the fun thing to do, but that's subjective, I guess. My personal opinion, I don't think it's fun. I don't think it's funny. The majority of us out here are working really hard on ourselves. We're focused on ourselves. Because when each individual focus on themselves, then as a collective, we all get better as a collective. We all raise the vibration, especially if, let's say out of 100%, 80% are working on themselves. 20% decides to take the low vibrational route. That 80% with each individual working on themselves individually, that makes the collective raise the vibration. And I think that should be the goal. That should be what we all striving to do. Unfortunately, we all are not striving to do that. But even for those who choose to not operate out of integrity and morals, that's fine as well, because for every action there is a reaction. And at some point in someone's life that chooses to be low vibrational, at some point they will have to be accountable for their actions. It may seem like it's the cool thing to do. It may seem like it's the fun thing to do. It may have that illusion, but there's a thing called karma. And when you operate out of integrity and morals, you receive good karma. You receive good karma. Now, everyone doesn't believe in karma. I absolutely do. I definitely believe in karma. I believe you either create your own bad karma or you will create your own good karma. The choice is yours. But choosing integrity and morals, it doesn't make you crazy. So never let anybody convince you that because you would like to do the right thing, because you want to be a good person, because you want to be positive, because you want to be a better version of yourself, and you don't want to operate on a low vibration, then they'll try to paint you out as being crazy. Don't allow that. Don't even get distracted by it. Just continue moving forward because you are doing the right thing. Continue moving forward because you deserve to be a better person every day. You don't deserve to do low vibrational things by choice. You don't deserve that for yourself. So stay strong. Never let anybody try to get in your head and make you feel like, oh my goodness, I must be crazy because, let's say for example, someone gives you a lot of money to do something that you know is wrong. And then the next thing you know, you feel like, oh, I must be crazy that I didn't take that money. It could have changed my life. Yeah, it could have changed your life. But the question is how? Maybe it'll change your life for the good for a while. But then what happens when it's time to take accountability for your actions? What happens then? Then you'll look back on your decision and wish you chose differently. So no, that doesn't make you crazy at all. It makes you very smart. It makes you show yourself that you love yourself, that you want to be a better person for you and for anybody around you. Just a better person just because think about how great the world would be if everyone chose to operate out of morals and integrity. So no, never let anyone make you feel that choosing low vibrational actions is the way to go. And if you don't choose those actions, then you're crazy, because it's not true. Because I know I'm not crazy, and neither are you.